What's an adult problem nobody prepared you for? How hard it is to throw away a box, because it's a really good box. How hard it is to make new friends. How many adults are functioning at a childlike capacity? Sitting in a chair for 8 hours and then being extremely exhausted afterwards. Figuring out what to eat every day. Being crushed by your own constant guilt over how little you feel like you're doing, even when you're doing a lot. The older you get, the harder it is to 1. Make friends. 2. Find someone who finds you attractive. 3. Be physically fit. 4. Have happiness. The average age of onset for several mental illnesses being in late adolescence and early adulthood. You never really reach that point where you have everything figured out. We are all just winging it in one way or another. And how big of an impact bad experiences from childhood will have on the rest of your life. How stupid adults are. Especially the ones who are in charge. Then getting the cute punk guy at the pharmacy every time you try to fill the can't get it filled for various reasons, so you have to go back repeated times and have this ridiculously attractive guy explain the reasons you can't get your prescription cream. What to do when your dad dies. Mine passed last night and I am sitting here like now, what? No one prepares you for death of a parent. You really do have to do stuff you don't want to do. If I have something stressing me at work, I have to handle it. It's not like forging a note from my mom to get out of gym class due to menstrual cramps. The isolation. How everybody needs to eat every damn day and you're responsible for feeding them. I always thought adults had everything figured out and that they knew what they were doing. I still have zero clue, lol. How no adult family members actually gaf about you once you're not a child anymore, besides biological parents usually, which I don't have anymore. Which is a huge shock after being told for years on end how loved you are and have so many people who love you. Where are they all now? All lies mo. You can no longer eat what you want, and dieting and exercising are a must as you age. Taking over for your aging parents. Needing to research nonprofits. I was taught as a child that generosity is important and you should give to charity. I don't think I was adequately prepared for how to determine if a charity is actually there to help people. Everything I know about the legitimacy of different charity groups I learned as an adult. Watching everyone else do really well for themselves and feeling left behind. I expected other people to know what they were doing and act like adults. I went into the army right out of high school and it went straight into college after, so I started a little older than a lot of other professional people at 26. Most of my coworkers that were fresh out of college or had a year or two of experience seemed like children still. Eviction, taxes, credit, divorce. So many things. You have to make dinner every day until you die. Getting stuck in a rut. Every day is the same. Groundhog's Day. But I make the same mistakes every day. I have a decent job that I don't hate. I provide for my family well. My life is good, but I just miss the randomness of being a kid. Now seemingly endless adulthood is. You're telling me I have to get up, make food, go to work, make food again, go to bed and do it all over again tomorrow? I think the issue is that we run out of firsts or big moments in our life that define certain time periods. No more first car, first kiss, graduation, first job. I'll be in my job for at least 16 more years. That means 16 more years all the same thing, and all I have to look forward to is an extra week of vacation in 5 years from now. Dementia. So rough to watch experience. Annoying health problems that just seem to appear out of nowhere and that force you take better care of yourself than you used to. Written by someone who is forcing herself to drink those disgusting fiber supplements the doc recommended to her for a health problem that just appeared out of nowhere. The energy it takes daily not to end it. The fact that not reciprocated romantic feelings, aka crush, actually does happen however old you are. Your loved ones dying and you having to look after things and continue on with life. Nobody giving a shit about you. Have to work a full-time job while extremely depressed and chronically ill. Your job doesn't care about you. At all. So don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself or doing what you need to do. Lying awake at night, thinking about the friends you made over decades ago, wondering about if they are doing okay with their life, and with no ways of getting in contact with them, just feel a void sadness about the whole situation. Everybody jokes about the dad husband that went to get milk and never came back. But nobody tells you that there's a good chance that you're going to have thoughts of doing similar at some point in your life. I never imagined how much I would daydream about just running away. I just want to jump in the car and drive and maybe come back, but maybe not, some days. Wish someone had told me growing up you really need to find friends now, because you basically can't as an adult. How much maintenance a car takes. Having to quantify if an injury really hurts enough to see a doctor about. Proper time management and how to balance all the different aspects of your life and character without giving up your responsibilities. Flood insurance. Should I get it? I don't live in a floodplain, but climate change is causing once-in-a-century storms every year. Being exhausted all the time. How to manage finances while being disabled. Hair and ears and nose. Currently an adult and you're not experiencing this? Just you wait. Children. Finances, mortgage, credit, refinancing, etc. Buying tires. Having friends or keeping friends. I live 10 minutes from people I spend every day with between the ages 17-24, but haven't seen them for months because they're always working. That fear when you bring your first child home after being born. It suddenly becomes very real. You have this tiny human to care for and you've just been left to get on with it and figure it out. As a child, I always thought jobs like retail were the easiest. After working in loads of sectors, including retail, I can honestly say it's one of the hardest sectors for regular staff. Loneliness. That time doesn't heal your childhood traumas and can make them worse if you don't do anything to resolve them. Ulcers. The number of people who stopped learning at 16. How to deal with right fighters who don't let you go until you agree. When you cut them off, they smear you to everyone. Also having the bubble burst on American politics. It's not as we were taught. It's divisive. I worked with a state senator and what I saw go down was nauseating. Turned me off all politics BC. They are never telling the public what actually is happening. Bipartisan. Cardboard. So much freaking cardboard. My truck is always filled with cardboard and I'm always at the recycling depot. The few beard mustache hairs that appear in the late 20s. No one ever warned me. When your kids become teenagers. How my government could fail me and my fellow citizens. I never even thought I'd have to worry like I do. Lack of sleep. Having to deal with other dumb adults. The crushing loneliness. Hemorrhoids. Existential dread. The fact that I could make all the right decisions in life, get an education, get a job, work hard, be law-abiding, get a house, etc. and still end up failing due to things beyond my control. Saving money bag. Health insurance and high ER billing.